Hey guys, welcome back. This week we have two teams that are gunning for their first win in week 4 of Super Rugby Aotearoa. It is the Hurricanes versus the Chiefs. Both teams 0 out of 2 games so far. The Hurricanes lost by 15 to the Blues and by 17 to the Crusaders. The Chiefs, on the other hand, lost by 16 points to the Highlanders and then by 22 points to the Crusaders. So both teams really gunning for a win here. There is a bit of history in this game because the Chiefs haven't beaten the Hurricanes since 2018, so it is something they will be aiming for. Before I get into the squads, remember to hit the subscribe button. I do a lot of these preview videos every week, so don't miss that by hitting that subscribe button. Let's get into the two teams. Both teams made a couple of changes to their front rows. Aiden Ross comes in for the Chiefs. He joins Takiaho and Ta'avao. That's a strong front row for them. Especially Ta'avao has been in good form so far. Numia comes in for the Hurricanes as well as Ricatelli. Ricatelli has big boots to fill with Aumua missing out on the squad this week around. Lomax at number 3. Two big front rows there. The biggest battle is going to be at hookers because, like I said, Aumua is missing out and he's been a big part of the Hurricanes puzzle so far this year. In the second rows, also quite even. The Chiefs do have taller timber though with Vahi and Arkoi, two youngsters that have been coming through over this last 2 years or so. Vahi in great form so far, getting the ball all over the park. Arkoi getting a start as well this week. Blackwell gets a start again, and then Walker Liawere as well for the Hurricanes. Then we get into the loose forwards. Mitchell Brown has improved the Chiefs side since he got into the starting position for them. I think he didn't start in week 1 for them. Then Princip in number 6 for the Hurricanes. Karifi starting again at number 7. Important for them with him and Savia going for the ball at breakdown time because they are in a battle with Jacobson and Kane. Both of them like getting their hands on the ball at breakdown time. Luke Jacobson and Savia, both of them actually flanker converts to number 8. It's kind of a trend now in New Zealand with a lot of flankers moving to number 8. But if anyone's doing that quite well, it is Adi Savea. We saw what he did last week and a couple of weeks before it. He's getting his long runs all over the park, getting a couple of kicks through as well and long range passes as well. Then at number 9, the Hurricanes bring in Campbell up against Brad Weber, who's in good form at this moment. At number 10, Caleb Trask is back from his injury for the Chiefs. He does replace Gatland, who hasn't done too badly, but Trask did very well in the Mitre 10 Cup. So he goes up against a guy that starts for his first time for the Hurricanes. A bit of a guy that's played a bit here and there for all the Super Rugby clubs. Lega is getting a start for the Hurricanes this week around. Then we get to number 12 with Laumape versus Tupaya. Laumape, we know what he's going to do. He's going to try and run through the gaps or through players, rather say it like that. Tupaya, he's been not in the best form in my opinion. He hasn't done as much as he could have, but with ALB or Anton Leonard Brown on his outside starting this week, things can be a bit better. I do prefer Anton Leonard Brown at number 13. So he does usually improve the guy on his inside as well. Proctor getting a start at number 13. Both of those number 13s are integral parts of the two Hurricanes games. I would have probably have started Umaga Jensen, but Umaga Jensen isn't in the form he was back last year when he did get his All Black call up. Then at the wingers, the Hurricanes do get Rayasi in. There's been a lot of calls for him to get a start for the Hurricanes and replace Julian Savea in the starting lineup. That has not happened, though he is starting in the 11 jersey. Savea has moved over from 11 to 14, with Wes Goosen moving out onto the bench. Jonah Lowe starting for the Chiefs this week around. Nana Satoro, the hot stepper on 11. We'll probably see him beat a couple of defenders then again. On the 15s, it is a big all-black battle as always. Who's going to be the better 15 in this one? It's always the guy that sticks up his hand to say, I'm going to be the 15 in the All Blacks jersey, because, you know, Bowden Barrett not being there at this moment. It is an important game, this, with Damon McKenzie and Geordie Barrett going up against each other. Geordie Barrett, you know, with him you get those long-range kicks as well. He does slot in very well from 15. Damon McKenzie, not as long-range of a kicker, but he also slots in very well as a playmaker for his side. In this last year or so, he hasn't scored as many tries as he used to back in the day. Then we get to the two benches, quite a lot of movement for both sides. Mafaleo and Armstrong on the bench for the Hurricanes, a strong front row that they can bring on there. Tamatane is on the bench, Umaga Jensen and Goosen as well. So a strong backline they can bring on, along with a couple of good flankers there as well with Mitchell and Flanders. The Chiefs, they also have quite a bit of changes there as well. The guys to really look out for is probably Tuero Rangi, who's getting his 50th cap. Then Nankiville getting a match as well from the bench, and Tia, a match that he's going to be wanting to prove what he can do against his previous side that he moved from last year to now. Let's face it, he'll probably not have even made the bench for the Hurricanes. They never picked the guy. Guys, this is actually quite a difficult prediction to make, seeing that both of these teams haven't won a single game so far. If you look at how the Chiefs played last week, they played pretty well actually for most of the game. A couple of controversial calls from refereeing. You could see that just removed the wind from their sails as well. It was also at a place in the game where the Crusaders are at their strongest, so that's why they lost there as well. The Hurricanes, on the other hand, they have played a couple of games so far this season, haven't been in the best form so far. I probably think the Chiefs are a bit better at this stage. They have more settled team as well. It is a difficult one here. I thought maybe Hurricanes, but I think at this stage I'll go with Chiefs to win their first one since 2018 by 2 points. Guys, let me know your prediction down in the comments below. Also, check out these videos next to me. Hit the subscribe button if you do like the channel. And then I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.